Can you find a world-class beer in your local gas station? What's up, everybody? It's the Ginger Yeti. I'm checking in from the road. Still sitting here in Foxborough, Massachusetts. We finally have a show tomorrow. Been in this hotel room for 6 days. Feels like forever. I'm excited to get back to doing shows. But I'm getting another beer review in before the evening's over. So, what I have for you today is a beer that I found in like a random kind of corner store thing, like where we're at. You can't really find beers in gas stations or grocery stores. You have to go to special stores, like either liquor stores or other specialty stores here. And one of the first days I was here, I walked down about a mile and a half to this place that looked like it was a great beer store online. And it really wasn't. It was just like a cheap convenience store kind of place. But one of the beers they had in the cooler was this right here. I figured I'd pick it up. It's something to review. Didn't really think anything of it. And this is Sip of Sunshine from Lawsons Finest Liquids. Now, they're out of Waitsfield, Vermont, I believe it is, according to both Untapped and Beer Advocate. This is an 8% ABV stovetop, stovepipe, stone can, 65 IBUs according to Untapped. It's this brightly colored giant can here, and it's an IPA. And on the can here, it says, finest, freshest, always keep cold. Lawson's Finest Liquids. It does say 8% on the can. Our lupulin-laden India Pale Ale is packed with juicy tropical fruit character, bright floral aromas, and delectable layers of hop flavor. Sip mindfully, inhale deeply, and enjoy a tropical vacation in a can. Sounds lovely to me. Lawson's Finest Liquids, our name is our promise. We protect freshness with a singular commitment to cold stored, cold shipped, cold shelved, all to keep every beer the freshest, from our breweries to your first sip. Visit us in Waitsfield, Vermont, or at lawsonsfinest.com. And you've heard me say Waitsfield a couple times, Waitsfield, Vermont. Says it on Untapped, says it on Beer Advocate, says it here, visit us there on the can. Then when you look at this side of the can, it says, brewed by Lawson's Finest Liquids, Stratford, Connecticut. So I'm not sure what that's about. Because even on their website it says Waitsfield, Vermont. So I don't know why everything says that town in Vermont, but this says it's brewed in Connecticut, Stratford, Connecticut. Maybe some of you out there know, and you can let me know down below in the comments, because I'm not real familiar with Lawson's Finest Liquids. So, speaking of Untapped and Beer Advocate, on Untapped, this gets a 4.30 with 210,000 check-ins. Beer Advocate, complete shocker to me. This gets a 100 world class. That's right, 100 world class. It had 6,237 check-ins as of this recording, giving it an aggregate score of 4.55. And I was completely just flabbergasted when I looked this up that it had a 100 world class, considering I bought it at some kind of cheap corner store. Let's get a nose on it here. It smells dank. It's got that hoppy weed smell. Very dank, weedy marijuana kind of smell. And that's about all I'm picking up there. As far as color, that's a cloudy orangish color. Maybe a finger and a half of off-white, egg-shelled, and nicotine-stained head. It's a pretty nice looking beer overall. I'm excited to try a world-class beer that I found in a cheap little corner store. Cheers, everybody. So first of all, get a little bit of like evaporative booziness on the back end, which I'm surprised for 8%. And I did have this in 2018, I believe. I saw in my Untapped comment, I specifically mentioned that it was a little boozy. And I'm picking up that booziness again. It's on the back end. It's that evaporative booziness, like you can kind of feel it in your nose when you exhale, which is very surprising for 8%. Aside from that, this is citrusy, fruity, piney, like all of that in small quantities, a little dank, very well rounded. A little bit of bitterness on the back end, light to medium bodied, easy to drink, delicious. Yeah, to me this is a mix of pithy citrus with maybe a little bit of pininess in there. Some slight bitterness to come back on the like pithy citrus sweetness. Light, easy to drink. However, that 8% booziness on the back end is shocking to me and gives it a knock. I don't know that an 8% beer that you can tell is high ABV is worthy of a world class to me. If I didn't have that evaporative booziness in the back end, I would totally agree. This is a banging beer. It's a world-class beer by far. But that little bit of booziness in the back end, I don't expect that or want that with an 8% beer. And maybe that's just me. If this was 15%, yeah, by all means, yeah, totally. Big banging, like big heavy stout, high IBV, get some booziness, yeah. 8% IPA shouldn't be picking up the booziness as strongly as I am. With all that being said, this is still a damn good beer. I would give this a big horns up. I think the ratings are pretty much spot on, although I don't know that a boozy IPA at only 8% is worth the world class, but I'm just an idiot that drinks beer from YouTube. I'm sure I got this wrong and have upset a lot of people saying that, but I still think it's a great beer. I'm going to enjoy the rest of this stovetop can, and as always, embrace the adventure.